So this is what we are going to say, and she'll be filling you in with the rest. Judy Armstrong is a singer, songwriter, speaker, coach, and ordained New Thought minister. She brings a unique combination of wisdom, music, and comedic insight to inspire you to express your authentic self. Judy has presented in theaters, convention centers, camps, one which blew down in a huge storm, but she tells me that's for another time to tell that story. She's been in airplane hangars, cruise ships, nightclubs, churches, ballrooms, classrooms, gymnasiums, rooftops, and now, ta-da, Unity of Calgary. As she has done before, we have had the delight to have Judy share with us before. So let's give Judy a lovely warm welcome and see what she has for us today. Judy.
Well, hello everyone. Whoops, turn this on. Hi. I just was listening to the to the Daily Word, and was reminded that my husband, Tink Robinson, many of you know Tink, or did know Tink, he's in spirit now. He was the first one to give me a Daily Word. We met in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, a lot of years ago, and we were both in the theater there. Tink was in another play that I was not in the Ottawa Man, I was in the Anne of Green Gables. I sprained my ankle just before opening night. I didn't know Tink very well then, and he popped his head into the rehearsal room. I was sitting on a chaise lounge watching the rehearsal with my swollen ankle propped up. Tink came right over to me. He knelt down, he held my ankle, and he said, he said, "Do you want to go on stage tomorrow night?" I said, "I sure do." He said, "Well then just believe. Just be still, breathe." Held his hands over my ankles, and I could feel this energy pulsing from his hands. And he said, "You will go on stage." And I did. It was gone. No more sprained ankle. He told me later, as we got to know each other better, that he actually phoned Silent Unity. And then Tink and I were asked to be in charge of the young adults group in Unity in Vancouver when we were first married. And we had 7 in the group when we first started, and then there ended up to be about 45 in a few years, and there were 8 couples within that group that got married. And we are, imagine that! Unity's where it's at! And we're still dear friends to this day, so whenever Tink and I would travel out to Vancouver, they would get together and we'd have this wonderful, wonderful gathering. I heard beautiful Alara talk about the breath this morning, and I do thank, was it Bruce too? Hi, that gave the Daily Word. I heard you talk about angels when you were reading. I heard you talk about the breath. So I thought I would start with a song that I wrote. It's called Breathe Into the Fire. And some of you actually know this song. So what I would like to do before we start this is breathe in love and peace and joy. And I want you to exhale struggle. Let it go. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And one more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, I would like you to help me with this song. Hello, Linda. How are you? Val? See, so many friends I know. So your part would be this. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire. Make it nice and sharp. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire. Staccato. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire. So good. That was so good. So that's when I take a breath. I practiced it this morning, and oh my goodness, the fire was rising. I was getting hot. All right, so remember, we're breathing in that peace, that joy, and we are surrendering to grace. And every time we breathe out, we'll let go of struggle. Okay, you ready? Breathe. I can't hear that.
Breathe.
Thank you. Perfect.
Breathe into
Ready?
the fire. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire.
Music a little bit louder, please.
Breathe, breathe into the fire. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire.
Breathe into the center of the fire. Let the rhythm lead you on. Breathe until you give what you require. Breathe. Oh, you got it? You got the idea of it? How it goes? So we're going to start this again. So just do the breathe into the fire part in the breaks. Okay? But you can still continue breathing. So I would like to start that again, Mackenzie. It's always good to have a little rehearsal, isn't it? Okay, we'll just wait for a minute. She's going to start it again.
Like weed.
All right, get down. Don't you love the unexpected? Isn't it fun? Yeah. All right. The stretching and feeling that expansiveness, that surrender. This time I'll hear the beginning. There it is. There we go.
Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire. Breathe,
Good.
breathe, breathe into the fire.
Breathe into the center of the fire. Let the rhythm lead you on. Breathe until you give what you require. And breathe until the ache is gone. Breathe right through the dream of the illusion. Breathe, don't judge what's right or wrong. Breathe until the breath releases fusion. Breathe until the ache is gone. Breathe and remember. Breathe, surrender. Through the center, surrender.
Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire.
Breathe and bring your pain into the open. Breathe and be true to what you feel. Breathe and breathe again and take this moment and breathe till you begin to heal. Breathe and remember. Breathe, surrender. Breathe through the center. Surrender.
Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire.
Breathe into the knowing that's within you. Breathe, surrender, give up the fight. Breathe and feel the love that's always in you. And breathe till you become the light. Breathe and remember who you are. Breathe, surrender to who you are. Breathe through the center of who you are. Breathe
breathe, breathe into the fire. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the fire.
Let it go. Feel the grace. To be in a state of grace, we are asked, to the best of our ability, to surrender, to let go of all those worries, those struggles, those should-haves, those I can'ts, all of those little monkey mind things in the human part of the little me of ourself that we sometimes fall into. In the work that I'm doing now, we are asked to let go of opinions. That's a big one. And to let go of reacting. That's also a big one. You say, oh yes, I know how to do that. I'm affirming, I'm just this lovely, peaceful person, and I'm so full of light and love, and over here, and then I go over here, and oh yes, I remember, I go to the Unity Center sometimes, and I remember what they teach, and there's only one God, there's only one presence, I know that. So say you wake up in the morning, and you just feel so good, the sun is shining like it is today, and you... Well, I'll say some of the things that I say. We all have our own discipline and our own protocol in the morning, and whatever you say is totally 100% right for you. This is some of the things that I do, so I will wake up and I honor God, first of all. I call God I am presence within, and so you can call whatever you like, whatever word, George, whatever you like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, it's the same thing. It's the one and only presence, omniscient, and omnipresent. That is the truth of you. So I honor that. I greet thy eternal sunrise, so I turn to the east, and I greet thy eternal sunrise. May thy radiance bless me and radiate within me, and feel that radiance manifesting now in my life. I thank you and know that this is so. As I begin this day, beloved, I am presence within me and above me. I turn my attention only to God. I shall live this day in your presence. I shall face this day in your presence. I shall live this day in God, with God, by God, and for God. And I shall close this day in God, with God, and by God, and for God. And beloved, I am presence. I dedicate and I consecrate my life, my world, my being, all that I say, think, and do to your use, your purpose, your will. Almighty Christ I am, Almighty Christ I am, Almighty Christ I am. And I thank you that this is so. This day, I see only perfection. I see only perfection. My eyes see only perfection. My ears hear only perfection. My lips speak only perfection. My hands to bless and heal. My body to be strong and healthy. To be a worthy temple of the Most High. I thank you, Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So this always starts my day. So let's say that we've done this. So whatever your protocol is and however you greet the day, and you're really, 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 really feeling so centered, you're breathing it in, the world is full of peace, and then you get in your car and you're looking around and the sun is shining and you've actually moved the people away so you have some space to drive. And you've done that. Just in your energy, you can just give your own self some space, the people behind you, and it's full of love and light and love and light. I am so full. I am, by all God's love. I know I am that I am. And somehow you didn't look in your rearview mirror, or this person over here goes, in front of you, go, idiot! and you remember that I'm so full of love and peace. And so you go, child of God acting like an idiot. So we fall into these places, don't we, sometimes? Anybody can relate?
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
Well, I only call.
would love it.
I was a child of God. I throw that in. But it's funny how we're so used to reacting, aren't we? Now, it doesn't mean that if somebody boils spaghetti, say you're boiling a big pot of spaghetti, and you're so full of light and love, and light and love, and light and love, and then the pot boils over, and it's going all over the stove, and it's running down the counters, and on the floor. You don't need to necessarily sit down and say, genuflect, genuflect, genuflect. What you do is you go, you take care of it, but you can take care of it still in love and joy. I remember I had a person say to me once, a beautiful, wise master soul she is, and she said to me, Judy, you can be just as much in the presence of love and joy when you're cleaning the latrine as you can on the stage or leaning against a tree or whatever. And I thought, oh, I don't know, maybe. And it's true. I got locked in the bathroom, actually. This is pretty funny. So remember the year of the flood, was it 2013? Tink and I lived in Nanton, in our little house in Nanton. And when I got down, Tink had to leave really early in the morning to go to Calgary to do a setup for the museum, which we have in Nanton. And I came down a bit later, and I knew I had to walk our beautiful golden retriever, Maggie. And I came down, and Tink had left a note for me, and the doorknob to the bathroom was actually out on the counter. He'd written a note. He said, honey, he said, the doorknob has come off. He said, just be careful, I'll fix it when I get home. So that was fine. So very carefully, I just was aware the door was open, put Maggie out to do her little chores, brought her in, and I said, just a minute, Maggie. I said, I'm just getting ready, and then we'll go for a walk. So without thinking, I'd already gone to the bathroom, so without thinking, I went in and slammed the door.
Oh no!
Yeah! It happens. And then suddenly I try to get, oh no, there's no doorknob. I'm stuck. It's a little bathroom. And then I thought, my cell phone is outside. I always have it on me. Maggie's right there. It's an old house, so the doors are located, there's a space, and I'm like, I'm coming, Maggie, I'm coming. And she's fine, she's waiting. So then you start thinking, okay, breathe. There's no way the door's going to come off. This is a 100-year-old house. I have no tools to get the things off. The window is about this big. I'm looking out over the patio onto the beautiful yard, thinking smashing the window, no, that wouldn't work. I'd be cut. I've had to jump down to the ground. And then there's a cupboard that goes fall down into a stairwell. That wouldn't work. Okay, Judy, you're going to be here for a while. All right, we can do this. If you're going to get stuck somewhere, it might as well be the bathroom. Right? Yeah. So Tink kept calling. He's always checking on me. So the phone rang, the home phone, right outside. It's right outside the door. I can't reach it. So 2 hours later, he's still checking on me. So guess what I did? I happen to have Neil's book. Neil's book. His first book in the bathroom. I had halfway through, I finished that book in the bathroom. It was so, this man is an author extraordinaire. He's incredible. And then I thought, okay, drink of water, what should I do? I'll clean the bathroom. So it just happens that all the cleaning stuff is in the cupboard. So I tub, clean the walls, clean the ceiling. It was just, you pretty much have to take advantage of whatever is happening in the now. So what is it like then to live in a state of grace? What does grace feel like to you? Some words that come to you that might embody grace. Ease, good one. And they're all true, they're all right. Anything else?
Kindness.
Kindness. Tranquility, lovely. What else? Appreciation.
Compassion.
And for the cat lovers.
Compassion. Lovely. So, what would it be like to live in that place all of the time? So as the training that I'm taking right now, we are taught, as I said before, not to have opinions and not to react. It's a big one, isn't it? Okay, so let's just talk very briefly about opinions. We're quite an opining society, are we not? Every place you look at the news, everything you see, they're pointing fingers and it's their fault and there's competition. That is because we live in a world of duality. This is not the real world. It doesn't last, as you know. Things come and go in the 3-dimension. The only truth is the power of God, the oneness. And we are able, and we have free will here, to tune into that power anytime that we want. Grace, peace, compassion, love, that gentleness. So if we can remind ourselves to remember that, every time we go off on something, we talk about politics or something like that, or somebody doesn't agree to us. You know that thing I saw on Facebook a while ago? If you're having a disagreement with somebody, it's better just to walk away and let them be wrong. That funny? That just breaks me up. No, but there is no right or wrong. How's it Shakespeare, right? No right or wrong, nor think he makes it so. But somehow we're so determined, and we have an idea, and then we form a belief system around that, then we have all these people with their belief systems, and then that's what happens. That's what happens. So we get out of that state of grace. But we can choose to stay in that state of grace if we want. It's not that hard. We just have to be willing. So I'm going to sing another song for you now, which is fun. And I kind of rewrote it for today. I might even have to take, do I need the words? No, I'll just, if I forget the words, I'll make them up. That's what I'll do. So it's called All That We Are Is Love. Now, in order to be in that state of grace, all throughout the day, in every moment, we can feel, breathe in so much light and love. The polarity of light and love. The light of the Father, the love of the Mother, which is the way of the heart, which we're seeing open on this planet so much now. The way of the heart.
Yes.
And we need both, the light and the love. But now you can see all over the world, there's so many spiritual groups, all kinds, and they're all beautiful in their own way, finding the path back to what they already know within them. It's just remembering. It's not really learning anything new. It's just remembering. And then not just realizing it as we do affirmations. It's more than that. It's affirmations, and then it's actualizing the affirmations, and then it is demonstrating what you know. Then you know that you can live in that state of grace. So this song is called All That We Are Is Love. As I say, if I don't, I'll just make it up. So it's fun. We're winging it. And turn it up just a little bit. Oh, why do we bloom when hope is so near? When all that we are is love. Oh, why do we say, regret what we say, when all that we are is love? We look in the mirror, the answers are clear, that we need to rise above. Relax in that space of glory and grace, 'cause all that we are is love. There's nothing else that feels quite as good as being true to what's inside. There's nothing else but love, 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 love. That's to the test of time. So be here and stay, and don't turn away. 'Cause all that we are is love. Relax in that space of blessings and grace. 'Cause all that we are is love. Do, 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 so be here and stay, and don't turn away, 'cause all that we are is love. always fun. When I was at home in Nanton and we had our dog, I sang to all our animals, so I used to sing about mashed potatoes or whatever. It was just always a singing thing. Music is such a beautiful catalyst for joy, for love, to bring that space into us where we just, or then, well, you found out when we came this morning. I came in, they were rehearsing. This is so full of joy. And then you sat down and you experienced the joy and the wonder and these wonderful songs. Oh my goodness, you write such good songs, Anthony. Wow, doesn't he? You should keep it, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I said yes. I'm your fan, honey. That's just wonderful. I can remember teaching a workshop where I was talking about unique gifts. And what are your own unique gifts? And there was one woman there who couldn't even see her own gifts. And so I asked her, as other people say, oh, I love to do this, I love to do this. I have a passion for this. So I can't hide that burp, so. So this is what happens when I sing, because there's so much breathing that sometimes you yawn, but quite often I'll burp, so I really try to time the burp in between the passages, but oh well. This is who I am. It's nice to be yourself, isn't it? Okay, so I asked everyone, and they were coming up with things that they love, and some wanted to paint, one person loved computers, one really liked working on cars, he was a mechanic. So many different. Architecture was another one. And this one lady was a very quiet soul. And I looked at her and said, what do you love? She says, I don't really do anything. I don't have any talents. I don't have any gifts. I said, well, what do you like to do? She said, well, I like the outdoors. I said, oh? So, what do you like about the outdoors? Oh, I like to walk. I like to stand against a tree. And I like to hug the tree and feel the spirit of the tree. I like to get my hands in the dirt. I like to breathe the air, and I like to look at the sky. I like to see clouds and see faces in the clouds. And I like the breeze up on top of the trees. And she just was on a roll here, so I just said I like the mountains. And she even said what we say in Alberta, oh, aren't the mountains beautiful today? Which I said when I saw them again. I came back from Ontario. So she said that. And as she was speaking about nature, her whole countenance changed. It was so beautiful. And I said, do you have any idea, dear one, that since you have been talking about the outdoors, you have brought that energy to us. You have brought it to us. You have filled us with such grace. And she was, oh, that's a gift? See, we think we have to have labels on things on this earth. Well, this is good or this is not. So if you're not judging at all, you're not having opinions, you're not reacting, especially not judging, then it's all okay. It's all beautiful. It's all peaceful. How am I doing for words?
I was waving. But
Were you waving?
you were in the zone.
I was in the zone. So the waving is, do I have time for another song before the meditation is what I'm asking. Okay. So, yeah. So that space, I just hold that for you, that you will find that in your life. Not just once in a while, but more and more and more as you study, as you go within yourself. I wrote a song called Hanging Out in Graceland. It's actually a little bit different, but I changed it for today, because that was the title. And I would love it. I'm going to teach you the last line of each verse. It goes like this. I'm going to hang up my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. I'm going to hang out my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. Let's try that unaccompanied first. I'm going to hang out my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. Da, 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 da. I'm going to hang out my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. Ah, this is good. We could go on the road. Yeah. So, and I might feed a few more words to you, and you have time to do it. You might pick up some other parts of that. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll end with this song, and then I'll take you to meditation. Hanging out in Graceland. I'm hanging out in Graceland. I'm letting my consciousness expand. I'm knowing spirits holding my hand. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hang out my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. I'm hanging out and letting go. I'm letting my abundance overflow. I'm knowing spirits holding my hand. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hang out my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. Easy does it, I say, the old ways I've outgrown. Easy does it today, for my heart says that I've always known. I'm hanging out in Graceland, out in Graceland. I'm letting my consciousness expand. I'm letting my consciousness expand. I'm knowing spirits holding my hand. I'm knowing spirits holding my hand. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna hang out my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. Easy does it, I say. I'm hanging out of world. Easy does it today, for the comfortable way is my style. I'm hanging out in Easyland, out in Easyland. I'm letting my consciousness expand. I'm letting my consciousness expand. I'm knowing spirits holding my hand. I'm knowing spirits holding my hand. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna hang out my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. And that last line again. I'm gonna hang out my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. I'm gonna hang out my shingle. I'm hanging out in Graceland. Good job. And now take a breath. Feel that peace. Feel that love. Feel that joy. Feel grace coming into you. Listen to your heartbeat. The answers lie within you. In all you do. do. Mother Earth will teach you to respect all living things. Father Sky will show you just what giving brings. Breathe into your heartbeat, heartbeat. All is known inside of you. All is known inside of you. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Personal and direct contact with God is available in the silence of every moment. I know that meditation is the link between the outer world and my true self, my real self, the I within me that can do all things. I feel the grace surround me, cocoon me, and fold me in thy grace. Feeling the peace of thy grace, knowing that with God there is no struggle. I am, I am, I am. I am an empty vessel allowing the beauty, the power, the grace, the love, the light of God to be within every fiber of my being, every cell of my being. Knowing that as I do so, the light and the love is filling up my being, becoming the temple of the Most High. I am, I am, I am, by all God's love I know I am. I accept and know that thy grace is my sufficiency. God is mighty in me. I breathe that in. I am an empty crystal cup to allow the grace to flow in now as I'm silent for a moment. Listen to your heartbeat. The answers lie within you. Within you. Within you. Heartbeat. 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 And so it is.
So
Oh, wow. Judy, thank you for taking on that beautiful journey and taking us on the journey that you developed for us and letting us hang out in Graceland in so many ways. Thank you so much. I forgot to ask, did you bring any?
Oh,
CDs?
I didn't have room, but my business cards. I didn't have room for CDs, but my business cards are back there. You can go on my website and you can download whatever song you like. You can listen to excerpts of it. So
Wonderful. And of course you can talk to Judy. Judy, you're going to be kind of hanging out back there.
I'll be hanging.
Hanging out back there so that you can go and talk to Judy and find out more about Judy and what she might have to offer you if you're feeling drawn to find out more about her great work in the world. As you can see, well, as I can see anyway, I see that you are a living embodiment of that grace And as with all human beings, you've gone on quite a journey likely to allow yourself to come into that centeredness. Thank you for being a living expression of that. Thank you so much. And